Hey everybody, welcome to Bura. This episode, I'm going to be talking about what the Federal Reserve just said and how Udemy can become a really good profitable stock. All right, welcome back. So, yesterday what happened is that the Fed released a statement saying that they might taper and or raise interest rates sooner than expected because of inflation. Now, this affects Udemy's stock quite a bit here, and I'm taking a look at the 5-day chart here, and if we just go back to the beginning of the week, everything's already down about 22%. So let's take a look from the top here, down 50% from the absolute top of the stock, where it's 45% down from open and about 49% down from the IPO price. $15 here. Now, is this because Udemy itself is not a good product? The answer is no. Udemy does a really good job at a lot of things. However, there could be a lot more things that they're doing that would make it a lot better here. So Udemy is what's known as a growth stock. And a growth stock is kind of a smaller kind of company that sees a lot of growth, right? And the thing about these growth stocks is that it's not just Udemy, it's all of the growth stocks here that are not doing very well. And the reason for that is because growth stocks need a lot of capital to grow, right? So you're I don't want to say a startup, but you're a newer-ish company. And Udemy is, let's face it, online learning is 10 years old-ish, maybe 15. It started in the mid-2000s, obviously. Arguably, you could say it started in the 90s. But, it's a newer-ish kind of company. And the way that they're doing things, they really are trying to change the way people learn. And Udemy has actually done a really good job of that. But the thing is that they require lots and lots of money to grow. And this is for all growth stocks. And when you take out debt, it's related to the interest rates, right? And if interest rates rise, then you have to pay more on your debt. And that's why these companies aren't seen as a little bit more profitable. So anyway, you can see here that the stock is kind of coming down at around $15. This looks like it's decently big support right now. But we don't know. Like, this thing could go down more. It could go down up. Now, at some point in time, I wouldn't be surprised if Udemy becomes a deep value stock, right? I mean, few people know about it, like Udemy itself. I would say even fewer people know about the stock. So, at some point in time, this could become a deep value stock, and this deep value stock would have asymmetric upside. And what I mean by that is that, let's say you buy a stock and you maybe say the downside's 20%, but the upside is like 500%. Well, you buy it at whatever price that is, and you kind of go from there. So whether that's now or in the future, it's very hard to know. But as you can see, the market's like, just look at these, right? All of these markets are down, right? Down. Well, this one's up, but if we go 5 days down, that's a pretty big drop for the S&P 500, right? We got the NASDAQ down, Russell down, Toronto Stock Exchange down, right? So you can see here that just even talking about tapering in interest rates puts things in a spiral here. But I think that investors will kind of realize that there is rate hikes in the future. And at some point in time, a certain amount of rate hikes will be priced in, right? And then that's when you want to buy some stocks here. And then, Udemy, again, is really good here. Now, what I really want to talk about is the Udemy business model here. The Udemy business model is actually fairly versatile if they want to change the way that they think. Now, this is probably the hardest thing for them to do, because in order to make Udemy work and to be profitable, they have to kind of change the way they're doing things. And this is an assumption here that a lot of people at the top really don't want to do what I am suggesting here, okay? So as we know, Udemy made about $429 million before their IPO and annually. and they lost about 29, right? So this is a pretty big well, it's a lot of money that they're spending on something. And since they're spending a lot of money on something, the easiest thing that they can do is just cut a lot of what they're doing. They do have quite a bit of employees. I could see them firing half of their employees if they needed to become profitable, right? And let's say the market decides that profitable companies are the thing to be, which sounds kind of crazy, but a lot of the companies follow the Amazon road. They follow the let's not make money until we make money kind of thing here, right? So as you can see, look at that, it just kind of popped up here. But anyway, so what they could do is they could just kind of cut a lot of their employees and other expenses. They could move out of San Francisco because their office space must be a huge, it just must cost a ton of money. So they could move out of San Francisco. They could do a bunch of things to make themselves profitable. And furthermore, they could make the marketplace scalable. And this is really good because let's say we have 20 companies that are pouring in millions of dollars into ad revenue and traffic to Udemy. Well, Udemy captures that traffic and they become more profitable from it. But right now, there's no reason to send traffic to Udemy because what they want to do is they want to just basically sell subscriptions on UFB. And that is probably not the best long-term solution. It might be good for a short-term solution, but not long-term. Now, I understand that subscriptions are good, and I understand that big corporate clients are also good, but eventually that's not going to work because the people that make the content will go to other things. They might even leave Udemy and go start a Thinkific school. And that's something that is not very good for Udemy at all. It's really not that good because, again, tech courses go obsolete quicker, and that's something you need to understand. Just like how your iPhone gets updated every year. It used to be that I had to make an iOS course every year. Now it's like every 2 years or every 3 years because luckily the tech doesn't go obsolete as quickly. But sometimes it does. Sometimes technology updates and all of your courses are obsolete, and that becomes a huge problem, a very, very big problem. So basically what this means is that Udemy could do that. They could pivot and they could become profitable, and they could change the marketplace to be scalable and then start attracting top talent again without kind of pre-selecting them at the boardroom level. And then they could, nothing changes on the UFB side. But I actually should probably do a whole video about what happens if people don't have, or companies don't have enough money to spend on training, right? That's a bigger thing, right? Because I think a lot of people don't remember the last recession. I remember it very well. So I try to build my business around that. So in any event, they could do a bunch of things that would make them instantly profitable. And again, don't take a look at these price movements as like an indicator of what the stock is actually, or what the company actually is. Just remember that if everything is down, right? If everything is down, then, Udemy is also going to be down too. All right. So that concludes this video. I want to know your thoughts down below. Also, take a look at our Kickstarter here. So our Kickstarter is doing quite well, and if you really like this channel, you can pledge for this Kickstarter today. We have a huge bundle of courses, and there are bundles within bundles. So this is an amazing deal here. And by the way, this is the cheapest you'll ever get this bundle here on Kickstarter. After that, the price will go up. But we have, if you want to ever learn web development, app development, machine learning, blockchain, game development, and interview prep, this is the bundle for you. And it's our fourth iteration of this, so it's amazing here. And we have this thing where you can basically learn to code in 99 days. It's absolutely amazing. As you can see, it's doing quite well on Kickstarter. It has reached, believe it or not, #1 spot in a couple locations on Kickstarter, so it's really, really good. It does help out this channel when you pledge for this project here, right? It really does help me out. It helps us in the search algorithm here. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.